Hey everybody. Um, just woke up. I woke up like this. So, nothing really has been going on in my life. A few things have. Actually, went to the park the other day, so that was fun. I have zits and stuff. Man, I'm a sick bitch. Not important. Anyway, so we're working on our podcast, Marissa and I, the whole enchilada. So, we're really happy. We're really proud of that. I've been texting this person. This dude's pretty awesome. We've already had our, friends with Ben's talk and stuff, so that's pretty great. I'm still waiting on my income tax check, and as soon as that comes, I know it's already June, and it's crazy. Like the idiot that I used to live with, instead of calling me when he gets my mail, he sends it back. Like, dude, like you've known me for years, and he's such a dick. So, once that happens, though, we'll be having some fun. And this weekend is a like joint dual birthday party for a few of my friends because like one is on Sunday and one is on Saturday and stuff. So we're just going out, and it should be a great time. I plan on doing some things that I will tell you about later. I don't want to ruin any surprises, not that you really care. Today we're going to school. Marissa and I might be working on that podcast today. Our last one was about our worst one night stands. And although I have a million, I shouldn't say million because I haven't slept with a million people. I have a handful, and she has a few too. I'm kicking my legs, so the camera's shaking. My bad. It's a good podcast, I think, and we're gonna have a bunch of people featuring on it. If you want to be featured on it, let us know. Whew, whew. I know my hair's a mess. You see that? My hip hurts really bad. Oh, I can tell you why. So, since 2 months ago, holy fajoli, I gotta lay. I was hit by a semi truck at 3 in the morning. Okay, and everyone's like, it wasn't you, it was your car. You're right. I'm sorry. My passenger side door, where I was sitting, in my plastic Pontiac G6, was hit by a semi truck. The back, if I was hit head on with the front, I probably would have been dead. The back, second to last wheel on the car hit me. It went slightly out of place, and it hit me, and I don't remember. I remember spinning and hitting the median, and then I remember waking up in the middle of the road. I couldn't turn on any lights. I couldn't see in front of me where I live. I was on my way home. I live in like a really country area. There's a lot of like vineyards and wineries and stuff, which is really cool. It's a really nice place. And there's this place called Geneva on the Lake, and it's this long, because I live in Geneva. There is this long like strip that has like, this really cool arcade and like restaurants and bars. There's this bar with like a beach out back where there's like volleyball nets and stuff, and they're usually pretty banging. But there's no street lights. There's like street lights on certain areas, but on the freeway there's no lights. So I can't see anything. When I was hit, my phone, it was in my shirt. I guess I was hit so hard it just kind of flung out, whatever. It ended up being underneath my pedal. I don't know how it got there when we found it like a day later. So excuse me, I was sick, dumbass bitch. It hit me. When I finally was able to figure out how to get out of my car, like it came back to me. I had to like pull up the lever. The unlock wasn't working. I was freaking out. Cars were still, I shouldn't say cars. It was really just semi trucks at that time. They were zooming by. Now it's 70 on this freeway. I put my cruise control on at 75 because I don't get pulled over when I do that. I get pulled over a lot. It's really bad. I'm really bad. So I know I had my cruise control on that night. I know I did. And this truck was zooming by me, so he was probably doing close to 80 when the wheel had hit me, or she. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't get a look. There wasn't any markings on it that I can remember that would have told any officer who it could have been. So they just kept going. Nobody stopped. When I got out of my car, the battery of my car was behind it. The front end was like gone. and it was a mess. So there's like shit everywhere. Like my contacts all were like everywhere. It sucked. And contacts are expensive as hell, right? Well, if you don't know, they are. So nobody stopped. The driver didn't. People passing by, nobody stopped. And I saw one person kind of pull off into the emergency turn thingy, and I assume that's the person that made the phone call, because I was trying to flag someone down. I couldn't find my phone. There wasn't any light. I couldn't figure it out. My face was a little burned from the chemicals in the what is it called? The airbag. It was a little burned from that. And on my arm a little bit too. It wasn't too bad. It was like a slight sunburn. Nothing caught on fire, and I was able to walk away with just a slight concussion, really, and those few burns. I do have pain. I keep shaking because my hip hurts so bad. I'm sorry. And since then, my hip has been hurting really bad. My friend Steve, shout out to Steve, is an Uber driver who happened to be coming home at that time, and he did stop for me, which is awesome. He lives down the street from me. So thank you, Steve. I love you, appreciate you. He's a camp counselor right now. It's summertime, and he lives for that, so go Steve, you know. I was calling my mom and stuff. I ended up going to the hospital. On my way there, like, I'm getting into the ambulance that came, because the only thing I was worried about, I knew there weren't any broken bones on me and stuff. I could walk just fine. I was feeling fine, but I wanted to get my head checked just to be safe. Like, that's where all the good stuff comes from, you know? So I'm getting into this ambulance, and I was like, no way. And, like, the people were like, what? I was like, living people get into this? And they looked at me like I was stupid. But in my experience, I've only ever seen dead people get into ambulances, or nearly dying people. So she was like, yeah. So on our way there, she's talking to me and stuff, and she was a nice lady. And she she was like, well, I'm going to get you ready for an IV. She's like, I'm not sure if they need it or not, but we'll be ready in case they do. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, fine. So she prepares my arm and stuff, goes to stab it. We go over a bump. She stabs me in the arm. And I'm like, holy fuck, that hurt. She's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. It's all right. I was like, just, let's do this. Let's get it done, right? She does it 2 more times. Can't find it. I was like, yeah. She's like, your veins are hiding. I was like, well, because you stabbed him. Like, so she's like, you know what? You might not even need it, so we'll just wait. And I'm like, fine, that works. I didn't actually need one. My best friend Marissa showed up. Steve kept calling her and shit. And that was awesome. Thank you, love you, appreciate that. Then the police officer, he was really cool. He was talking to me, and he's like, look, he's like, I found what was in your car, and we all know what that means. And he's like, so we just decided we're going to take it, throw it away. He's like, you've been through enough today. I'm not going to write you any tickets or anything. And I easily could have gotten 2 or 3 tickets. But he was like, no tickets. He's like, you've been through enough. This guy was cool as heck. So I appreciate you, Mr. Police Officer Guy. I can't remember your name, but you were awesome. I know your face. But that was pretty much the story. Since then, my hip has been hurting like a mofo. And it's very difficult to sit still a lot of the time. And that's the face I'm always making. It hurts. But so that's the story of what happened a couple months ago and why my face looks the way it does. So next, what's the next thing I should tell you guys? You know what? I'm not even sure. But this was just a quick little story when I woke up. That's what we're going to title this one today. So stay tuned. I'll probably have more by the end of the day. And I do want to play, Marissa made a commercial last night that I do want to play on here. You'll have to wait till I get to school to do that, but I want to do that. So have fun. You guys have a good day. And don't fuck it up. Bye.